1, 2, 3, and... I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Can't do it.
Boom! Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. I don't think so, but well, I don't know. Doesn't matter, because I'm using my outside voice. Ow. But it's on now. Oh boy. Hey, so much is happening. Christmas in July. What? The concert on Friday was magnificent. Who was there? Hands up. It was so much fun. And John can sing. Oh, the speakers aren't on. Oh. Never mind. Okay. So, and you know, in the spirit of Christmas in July, we've got a Christmas gift for the center. Look at this. Oh boy. Reverend Steve's got a new toy. Look out, Abby. When the sound bath is happening, you're welcome to play that puppy on the sound bath that's coming up, which is coming up. But the concert was really great, and part of the holiday in July thing that's going on is in the lobby, and I don't know, Dominic, if you've seen it, it is now open and for business, but not during the service. I don't care how boring I get, how long I go, whether you agree or disagree with what I'm saying, you cannot go out and soothe your ills by shopping. You gotta wait till after things over. Then you head out there, and Diane and crew will be out there. The Santa's workshop is busy over in what used to be the Giving Library that is now the July Santa Yuletide shop. And the sound bath, as I talked about, that's coming up on Friday. Super excited. Abby's here in the house. She's wearing her Travis hat. I tell you, I don't know where do you buy the hat like that? That's really cute. I like that. Anyway, so come on out for the sound bath. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And Lena has been at work. Look at these 4th of July cookies. Oh my God. Where is she? There she is. There she is back there in the lobby. I'm not going to eat it. No, I'll wait. You can eat in the sanctuary. Oh no, this sanctuary, we eat and throw food on the floor, because look at the carpet. That's coming later in the year. We'll do something about that. We'll do something about that carpet. Anyway, just the support, the love of our membership, the commitment that everyone gives to the center with our volunteer activities, our paid-for activities, our outside activities, our inside activities. We are active because we put our vision and mission to work. In fact, we're going to have opportunities for you to serve as well for Samaritan Center. We'll talk about that in the announcement showing up. But this is the vision. This is the mission. Here's how it goes. Let's say it together. You ready? Yes. Okay. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. Karen, lead us in some prayer, would you?
Sure.
All right.
Is this on?
It is.
Oh, good morning. So what I'd like to do is a treatment. I invite you to join me in the stillness and know that there is only one presence that fills the world, one presence that is the world, just one essence filled with light, being light, expressing through all things as light. There is just this perfect, complete, harmonious love. And this presence, this essence, is everywhere present. It is here right at this instant, expressing as everyone listening. Everyone in the world is expressing this divine light. And so, this service is blessed. It's sacred. It's whole and complete, and it's perfect. It is filled with light. It is light. And what I know is that everyone listening takes light with them. They bring light everywhere they go. And so the service, I know, is perfect for expressing light and the play of it. So grateful for all the service teams, for Reverend Stephen, for everyone who makes this possible. So, so grateful. Knowing my word is true, I release it into law. It is done, and so it is.
And so it is. All right, we have some new congregational songs. So here we go. Stand and join us. You probably know this one by Karen Drucker. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful.
thank you for this beautiful day. You know, I was thinking that part where it says, thank you for my friends. I think we should just look around at each other during that part, because I was doing that, and it's just so many beautiful faces, so many friends to see. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for the energy of the Cosmic Kid program that is continuing to grow and morph. And I'm on my way to the teen camp. So I'll be at teen camp next week. And one of the reasons I'm going is to ignite our program. I have a feeling, just something says that there's a youth person there that wants to be a part of our program and help guide it. So that's part of the mission. So hold that intention for me as I'm away next week in Oregon. So sorry, I've got to go to Verona, Oregon. It's gorgeous. I'll try to manage to handle it with grace and ease. Okay. Turn it back over to you, Karen.
So the affirmation today is, I joyously play in the creative divine light that makes all things visible and good. Let's say this together. I joyously play in the creative divine light that makes all things visible and good. The reading is from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind. To return to a sane simplicity is one of the first and most important things to do. All men receive some light, and this light is always the same light. There is one nature diffused throughout all nature, one God incarnated in all peoples. The divine incarnation is inherent in our nature. We are immersed in an infinite knowingness. The question is, how much of this reality are we going to express in our lives? The direct approach is always the best and the most effective. Spiritual wisdom says that God manifests through everything and is incarnated in all men, that all is divinity, and that nature herself is the body of God. The mechanical laws of nature are set and immutable, but the spontaneous recognition of these laws gives us the power to bring them into practical use in everyday life and experience.
Thank you, Karen. Well, as the sign says, we've got Alberto del Pino.
Hold on. So good morning, everybody. Morning, Stephen. First song I decided to play today. It's an Irish song from 1603, and it's called O'Sullivan's March. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The gap is that stillness between the in-breath and the out-breath. In the gap meditation, we pay attention to that stillness. So we will have 3 minutes of gap meditation. At the end, Cherie will bring you out with lovely music.
everywhere I am.
I know many of you are regular meditators, but if you don't have a meditation practice, you might consider making meditation a part of your daily life.
All right, we got another one from Alberto.
I heard that.
Second song is a song that everybody knows, I hope. If you don't, there's a serious problem.
Alberto. Wow. That was lovely. What song was that? Yeah, I heard everybody singing the lyrics under their breath. But no one wanted to sing loud enough that you could hear it because your playing is just so beautiful. It's just super sweet. Yeah. You know, the play of light. Look at these kids. I love the joy, but also, like, there's play there, but look at the light on his back, the light coming through the water. Light does this delightful play, almost a childlike dance in our lives. And you're playing, you know, and play. That's playing. This is playing. play, you play cards, you play music. Play has so many different ways of showing up in our lives. It's an important part of what's going on. And summertime is an excellent play time. And I also wanted to play with light because this is that kickoff to our July Christmas thing. And a lot of times in this month of December, we talk about light because Jesus was the light, right, that brought this light to the planet. And it was dawned on me like, wow, that's interesting that we talk about light at a time when dark is longer than light. But that's because, you know, the solstice, light begins to grow. But at this time of year, we have the light as the long part of our day. So it's an interesting thing to talk about at this particular time, the summer fun that comes with these long days and this late sunset. I think Darlene just came back from a cruise along the coast of Alaska. She was saying it hardly got dark at all while she was on her cruise. I was talking to my dad up in Minnesota the other night. It was 9:30, and he's sitting on his patio. And I'm like, dude, where are you? Are you? He's like, I'm on the patio. It's 9:30. It's his time, you know. But that light is such a lovely thing, these long days that we get. And I remember the summers in Cincinnati were so fun because we could stay out so much later because, you know, you had to stay out till you had to come in when the street, that was back in, come in when the street lights came on, right? You were like, and then you try to ignore the street light, like it's not really on, you know. And we were waiting for the darkness to come so that we could really enjoy the fireflies that we could catch, and you know, or the lightning bugs, depending on what part of the country you come from. The same thing, right? So there's so much way to play at this time of year, to have fun, to enjoy movies play, to enjoy the illumination that takes place that leads to creation. The idea that light, bing, is an idea. The light bulb is an idea. So light is happening. The idea that neuroscientists discover, they talk about neurons that fire together, you know, work together. That's fire, that's light too. It's all around us. It's pervasive. And particularly the golden hour. I love the golden hour. Those long shadows that happen. The perfect light for photographers. Right? The golden hour. So good. Why? Because the blue light gets scattered because of the angle of the sun at that time of day. So the light shows up as golden, as a lot more warmth. You know, it gives us this wonderful lens flare. It's a great way to see the highlights. It's so dramatic. It's so beautiful. It's like a movie. You know. But that kind of light also inspires us. It touches that intuitive place within us. So this time of year, when we have so much light, let's appreciate it in a different way. Not because the days are longer, but because it allows us to step into a deeper expression of creativity. It allows us to step into a deeper, enhanced moment of sparking something new that shows up in our life. And this month, exciting, I mean, the sky, the celestial light that's going on this time of year, the July night sky is super exciting coming up. You know, we already got the full moon tomorrow night, which looked pretty good already last night. Looked pretty freaking amazing. And it's the first of 4 supermoons that we're going to have this year. So that's pretty cool. And then I was telling Glenn. I was telling Glenn earlier about the night sky that's coming up on the 18th because that's the new moon, but also apparently the Milky Way is in such an arrangement that we see it on the broad way as opposed to through it the long way. So it shows up really strongly in the night sky on the 18th of July. So a celestial show coming up. And then for those of you that are into the planets, you know, there's Venus and Mars is out there almost all year long in the western sky. And then later in early morning, it's Jupiter and Saturn out there. So there's a lot of celestial light. There's play going on everywhere that we get to partake of. And it brings to mind, I'm doing some Bible stuff, Ephesians 5:14, where they say, for it is the light that makes everything visible. It's the light that makes everything visible. It's a powerful piece of ancient wisdom right there. Karen's going to be teaching a class on Bible wisdom to catch the metaphysical ideas behind these. But let's play with that for a minute. The light makes everything visible. That's a great philosophical thing to hear and say, but science has also proven that. You know, it's because of the light that we can see, the light reflecting off of different things. It gives us the ability to literally see. And then there's that creation story, the Genesis story. There's 2 kinds of light. Let there be light was the very first thing that happened. But then later on, he created the sun or she or it or whatever it was doing that story. It's in that parable. created the day and the night. So what was that first light that was created? It's this light, the light that makes everything visible. The idea that sparks in your own brain that brings about the moment of inspiration leading to creation and demonstration, that it's the stuff that we make life about, that we feel. Powerful, powerful stuff. So many messages that we get from the light. And this year, back to the moon thing, the moon, anybody know the name of the July moon? It's called the buck moon. And the buck moon because deer have their antlers fully engaged at this time of year, and they start, and the antlers come sometimes with like this furry stuff on them. So this time of year they're rubbing against the trees to get that stuff off so they can really enjoy it. And then last night, a dear friend of mine, I wish I had a picture of it to show it to you, sent me a picture of this beautiful deer, buck deer from central Texas, all lit up and with the huge antlers and spotted. And I was like, my God, that's a gorgeous animal. The buck moon, powerful moon, but also because these antlers are coming off, they're fully grown, so they're trying to lose it this time of year. So that's also representing change. This is the message that we get from this particular kind of light, representing change, growth, expansion. So we think about the summer as a time to kind of retreat and kick back and relax, but it's also a time to step into something new, to expand and to grow, which is always showing up for us. And then there's another name for the moon in July. And that one is the thunder moon. So I like to call it the thunderbuck moon. The thunder moon, which is also an interesting metaphysical light story for us, because thunderstorms, they kind of slow us down a little bit. When you hear the lightning strike, the thunder sound, well, first you see the lightning strike, whoa, that's the pause. And then who doesn't do this? Start counting. 1,000, 2, 1,000, because we want to know. The really scary one is the one where you see the light and hear the noise at the same time. Whoa, it's on top of me, look out, right? But this thunder thing, it's a very powerful experience for us. It does. It slows us down. It causes us to be present. And who is not in awe? It's an amazing thing to see the light sparking across the sky. Now, how many of you know what makes the thunder sound? Yeah? Air going back together, right? It's amazing that air can be so dynamic, powerful, thick. I mean, it's not just the thick air, LA air that we supposedly try to breathe, but it's like everywhere air. It's that this energy so much so that the molecules of it just go around and come back and make that clap. Whoa, impressive. Stopping all activity, inviting a moment of contemplation, It's an opportunity for us to see the inner light, to see the divine light. So when you hear a thunderstorm, you see a lightning storm, take a moment to stop with that and check out its message. What is it delivering to you? And depending on where you live, you'll get that opportunity because there's lots of them out there. Ernest Holmes, in the Holmes Papers, one of his marvelous books where many of his talks were transcribed for us to read, he says, beyond all human mental equivalence, beyond all human experience, breaking down every precedent, there is a light that you and I have to follow. So this light is calling us. It's happening throughout us all the time. The electromagnetic energy that's happening in the brain, there's light sparking inside of us all the time. And so that thing is calling us, those ideas that come forth through us, they're calling us to follow that light, to check out that message. And the light's happening everywhere all the time. One of our sages of this teaching, Dr. Michael Beckwith, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, let me give him his whole props here. You walk up to him at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah. Dude, it's 4 o'clock. It's morning somewhere. And he's right. Originally, there were 24 time zones. So there was, at every hour, there was another morning somewhere happening. Back in 78 or something, they divided up the world into 24 time zones. Why 24? Well, because at every 15 degrees, another hour happens in time. So they just, every 15 degrees, if you do that all the way around the whole planet, you get 24 sections, 24 slices. That's not happened. Now, before that, there were no time zones. In fact, in America, before 1878, there were 300 time zones just in the USA. When you would go somewhere, when you moved from one town to the next town, you had to ask them what time it was so you could reset your watch, because it was going to be whatever time the mayor said it was. They said, they set their own time. Now we actually now have 38 time zones in the world, not 24, because people have divided things up and separated out their places. And some places have some amazing, I was surprised at this. France has the most time zones. They have 12 time zones because they include their territories. Yeah. You would think that Great Britain would have the most, but apparently they conquered people a lot in the same time zones. Now Russia, they got 11. Not because they conquered a lot, they're just big. They got 11. China only has one time zone. How weird is that? But what they do is they just calculate how far off from China time they are. Like, when you say you're 3, so they'll say China plus 3 or whatever if they're to calculate that. It must be, calculus is crazy figuring out the time there, but that's how they do it. And here in the U.S., we got 9 time zones. We're not so bad. We're like number 3 on the list. We try harder. But this idea of time and play and light has really been with me this week, because there seems like there's this unending power and energy available to us when we think about this, unending hours of ideas and strength that we can draw from this concept of light and play. I mean, there are 1,000 lightning strikes per second happening on the planet. And there are 1,800 thunderstorms going on at any time on the planet. We are just charged with this electric power, this energy, and that's all part of who we are. There is this light that is in everyone. We all have that, right? And it's showing up. We're so connected to the planet that it's sparking 1,800 storms, 100 lightning bolts per second. We are kicking off ideas at 60, 70,000 ideas in the subconscious per second. We're so tied in, but we don't think about how connected we are to this kind of stuff until you start looking at the science, and science starts to prove the ancient wisdom teachings. And the ancient wisdom teachings happened because they didn't have Netflix, and they would watch the sky at night, and they figured all this stuff out. It was so great. No binge watching next episode. The next episode was the next star that flashed by. And in this study of light with everyone, I thought, well, how many everyones are there out there? Well, last night when I checked, there were 8,042,120,305 people. But if I think how that was, and have you ever looked at the World Live Calculator of the time thing happening? Oh my God. It's like click, 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 click. It's growing very fast. By this time, it must be closer to 120,950 people. But this divine energy within each and every one of us is looking to take shape through us and to express itself through us and to move through us. And there's lots of us doing this. And this evidence of light's presence is so important because we are all altars of this divine light. That's why we like to have an altar. And if you have an altar, who has an altar that does not have a candle on it or near it? Because for some reason, we are drawn to this light. Who doesn't like sitting by the firelight at night? We are drawn to this light. We must play in this area. And this thing about the lightning strikes and everything, how cool is that? The lightning strikes actually are like nature's Febreze. They kaboom, and they freshen everything up. Light freshens everything up. And you know what else? It nurtures. Lightning strikes break up nitrogen in the atmosphere, and those nitrogen molecules fall as nitrates into the soil and fertilize the soil. How beautiful is this thing, Mother Earth, that we're on? And we're a part of Mother Earth. How beautiful we are when we can take our ideas and break them up and fertilize the planet with healing thoughts, our loving presence, our sharing bodies and minds. Whoa, if we can start to really do like some of the indigenous people teach us, to really align ourselves with the planetary actions, so much stuff will end. so much life will improve. And we have the power to do that. And I've told you about how much power we have in us. We have the cleansing, healing, fertilizing power within us each and every day. But do we do it? Do we act on it? Dr. Holmes talks about this. He says that there is a light at the center of everyone. Everyone. But it does not seem that while by reason of any fact this light is never obliterated, it is obscured. You catching that? The light's everywhere. It cannot go away. It cannot be obliterated. But we can obscure it with negative thoughts, with negative assessments of ourselves. You know, 12-step program, there's a part of the 12-step program where you do your fourth step, your harms, your fears, your resentments, your things that you've done that you want to do an amends about later on in the process. But there's another column at the end of the fourth step, and that is your assets, the good qualities of your life. We need to dive into our assets, the good qualities of our lives. Think about those things that people tell you about and that you feel good about yourself. That your givingness, your sense of humor, your willingness to serve, your ability to take complex problems and make them simple, like Rob does for his students in his classes. The ability to love unconditionally, like Kathy did for so many years with her kids. I think you retired now, right? Not yet? You're still doing that stuff? You need to retire. Coming up? You're off in the summer. Okay, that's what it is. I knew you weren't doing it. Yeah. But this light within us that we sometimes try to obscure by diving into the things that are not the best parts of us, that's like blaspheming. You shall not blaspheme the Lord. That's like, I am no good. I am shameful. I am hurtful. I am damaged in some kind of way. You're not. In any area that you've ever thought that you were damaged in, if you dive down into it, that was just protective behavior that allowed you to get through life the way you did. And now that you recognize that that's not how you want to be, you can change that. You can readjust that by just diving into the choice to play, to let the light shine on you. Because that's what it wants to do, to let the light amaze you, like it does so often when we see the twilight, the setting sun, the rising sun, the little poppy that I saw the other day when the sun was coming through the leaves of the poppy, and it looked like it had an iridescent kind of flare to it. I was like, wow. And then I tried to capture a picture of it. Couldn't, because it can't be copied that way. We have the ability to see things that no technology can see or can replicate. They can try, and they're doing really well. Those new iPhone cameras are pretty darn good, but they're not as good as this. Nothing is as good as you. Nothing. That's the beauty of this. It amazes us. It heals us. It warms us. It satisfies us because it is us. This light. This play of light is us. We are supposed to be in a play with life. And if you don't think so, try it. Experiment with it. Be a religious scientist. Experiment with this light. Try your light. Get in the game and practice these things. Look in the areas that bring you joy. Nasruddin was, Nasruddin, the Sufi guy, the Sufi trickster. He was out in the middle of the street one day, down on his hands and knees, and people saw him and said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He says, "I'm looking for my keys." "Oh, okay." The guy gets down on, "What are you guys doing?" "We're looking for Nasruddin's keys." Another guy's down there. "What are you doing?" "We're looking for Nasruddin's keys." Now there are 4 guys down there, and one guy says to him, "Hey man, where'd you lose your keys?" "Where do you think you lost them?" "Oh, in the house." "Oh, why are we out here?" "Because the light's better." Go where your light is better. Go where your light is better. In positive psychology, they talk about this. They talk about our signature strengths. We all have signature strengths in that particular field of psychology. That's their belief, and that we sometimes try to use. There are like 5 that we all have 5 top signature strengths, and frequently we will try to use strengths that we have that rank lower on the scale for ourselves, and then wonder why our life's not going the way we want to. Go where your light is. Follow your strengths. Follow the things that bring you joy, that bring you a sense of peace, a sense of comfort. And if you do that, those areas that you have challenges with, you can use those to you can use your strengths to bring those areas up. You know, I'll do a talk about signature strengths later, because that's a really good topic. And yeah, that's a really good one. But we need to sometimes look within to find those signature strengths so that we can get past some of the outside messages that may be a little bit misleading in our lives. We can get past the things we have been taught that take us away from the truth of the center of who we truly, really are. Meister Eckhart talks about this. I love Meister Eckhart. He says that a human's best chance of finding God is to look in the very place where they abandon God. That place, frequently, where we have abandoned God, is right here. Through a sense of separation, through a sense of differentness, otherness, not a part of, unworthiness, all these misleading things, all these areas where we're looking outside of where we actually are. But once we get connected, once we reconnect, once we understand the truth of who we are and really get down onto that, we can abandon being surprised at how our consciousness unfolds a perfect life for us. So we will discover that, you know, prayer treatment really works. It really works when you are aligned with Spirit and know that you're coming from that place of deep truth. And that's your choice to play with the light, to go within. As children, as he says, you know, we should be like little children. Not childlike, or not childish, but childlike. Why childlike? Because that's where innocence is. And if you think about the word innocence, if I say it really fast, innocence, 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 inner sense, inner sense, inner sense. That's why we want to get innocent, so we can touch that inner sense. So your light's only sometimes obscured, never gone away, never gone away. So I guess my message for you today is to choose your time zone. Choose it carefully. Set your own spiritual watch for that area that brings you at high noon all the time. Enjoy your celestial play with life. Spend some time with the night sky and be in contemplation to understand. As Ernest Holmes tells us, each one of us should seek that beam of light. It is there. Follow it to its greater light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. That's so true. That is so true. Let that light shine. Because light lights up everything. It shows up everywhere. It's shining and illuminating every path. So allow it to illuminate your path, to show up in your own space. Dr. Holmes goes on to say that each one of us should seek that beam of light. It is there. Follow it to its greater light. Light is in everything. Light surrounds everything. Light lights up our path. So as you move forward through this month of July, play in the light. Have some fun. And so it is. So let's do some play. I joyously play in the creative divine light that makes all things visible and good. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do our revealing prayer and step into that divine light in this moment. I'm always struck with the idea that when I close my eyes, I don't know if it happens for you guys, but when I close my eyes and squeeze them really tight, light starts to pop up. You know, it's just, the light is always at play. Just as the creative energy of the divine is always at play. And it is our opportunity in those moments of play to choose what toys we will use, what games we will engage in, and what life we will live by the creative energy that is already inherent within each and every one of us. So it is to that creative power and presence that I speak my word right now, knowing that as I think my ideas into creation, I move my ideas into demonstration through the actions of my life. And what I know is for me is true for each and every person here. We all have the capacity and the ability to step forward into our good by living the inspired thoughts that come through the play of light in our bodies and minds. This is a wonderful thing to know that I am at choice. And today, I choose harmony in my life. Today, I choose direct guidance and divine action in my life. Today, I choose prosperity and abundance, not just in the terms of money, which is a wonderful thing to have. I'm not against money, but I'm really about security and safety. Can I feel so abundant that I feel secure in all that I do? Can I feel so prosperous that I feel safe in every endeavor? And the answer to that is yes, for I walk with a divine light, an infinite power that knows and delivers as the consciousness that I hold is aligned with that power. And I align with that power right here and now in a deep sense of gratitude and thanksgiving for a life well lived in each and every moment. So I release this word into a law that hears the intention felt of my word and each and every person in this room, each and every person viewing online either today or sometime in the future. For even that moment will be now. And so right now, I release this prayer with love. And so it is. I'm going to invite Darlene up for a moment. Do you guys know Darlene Bellis? Yes. This is, I know she's I just want to warn you, she's a little shy. So she may need your heart support to get through this next bit. There you go.
Well, I am when I come up here for some reason.
Why? Don't come up here. Go somewhere else.
Isn't this cool? I've been watching
what
this
is
as
that
I've been
from?
listening to you.
Oh, it's the
I
Christmas
just love
lights.
it. It's our spiritual orb. Hi. So Stephen asked me to come up and probably so you just can hear another voice, I'm guessing, about all the things happening. And I was so proud of myself. I said, let me think about it. I learned that here. Because I used to just say yes, especially to somebody I love and adore like Stephen. So that's one small way this place has changed my life, that I said, let me think about it. It felt kind of scary. So anyway, I just wanted to share that little tidbit. And I love to call you all my beautiful, caring, creative, quirky community committed to consciousness. So here are some of the ways to support our community. Yes, visit the website, text the word give, call the office. So many ways to give, and thank you for volunteers for giving your sweat equity also. And then, isn't there another one? Thanks, Dominic. It is? I thought it was that. Okay. Oh, so join me in the affirmation. CSL, Simi Valley Affirmation of Abundance. That's right. So let's say it together. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the world, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and me. Now, divine love prevails. Woo! Thank you. Love to Dee. I always think about Dee. And thank you, ushers, for passing around our baskets. And conscious givers, you're welcome to put your loving sprinkles of love over the basket. And thank you for Cherie for tickling the ivories while we watch exciting things happening.
grateful for the generosity of the CSL community. May this offering go forth into the world and make it a better place for all. And so it is.
So this adorable, sweet song found me a couple weeks ago, and when I heard it, I said, "Oh, it has to be added to our repertoire." It's called "Blessings," and it's by Hollow Coats, and the band will be joining with us. Sunlight fell and reminded me that life can be so gracious sometimes. And I felt like everything around me was connected somehow. On the shore, and I think about all of the things I am grateful for. And they say, hold on to the ones you love, keep them close to you. And they say, and let your light shine through.
Beautiful, beautiful. Alberto Del Pino.
Beautiful song.
And Cherie Deeds, the Soul Purpose Band. Wow. That was delightful. You know, are we, yes, that was a very sweet song, but what really captured me about it is, do we have like the most wonderful music directors? So talented, right? And she brings incredible musicians. She's so plugged in, bringing people like Alberto here, and our band, that every time one of her great artists comes, they rave about our band. You know, and our artists are going to a lot of CSLs, so, and other churches. So
That's right.
yeah,
They
yeah,
do.
we got something special going on. But I was struck with your voice and the tenor and the variety, and it's just, yeah, you rock. We good. So much thank you. Thank you to Kathy and the service team with Linda and Tracy this morning. Really appreciate that. Gregory up in the booth, you do so much, and I really appreciate that you stepped in while your guys are off doing their summer thing, doing summery type things. But they'll be back, Colin and John. And Dominic, love you on your slide. Dominic just did a wonderful play. I hope they'll redo that play. You can watch. So it's going to come back. We'll let you know when it comes back so you can go do it. And there's an article apparently on NBC4.com, and you can just Google actors with autism. Search actors for autism. With actors with autism, NBC4, and you can get some highlights of it. It's an amazing show, Karen, wonderful today, and the band, as I've already been talking about. And okay, so Lane and Cheryl are going to be in the office afterwards. That's so great. The fellowship, Costa Lena, where are you? I just ate the cookie. My goodness, it's not just pretty; it's good too. That's so good. And then the boutique. That's Pat and Diane are going to be in the boutique. So check out the Christmas shopping that's going on. And you're going to come up here and talk about it a little bit. Oh yeah, because there's so much Christmas in July happening. I can't really keep it all in my head, so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
And to your support person. You have a support person, like some people have a little support dog. You have a support person.
Yes, he helps everybody.
He does.
So I was like nervous about doing this. I don't know why.
Really? You?
Me. Like, I'm so shy. Anyways, first of all, I want to thank everyone for bringing their donations in. They've been coming in great. You know, you've been bringing in things that are truly gently used. So we appreciate that beyond words. The food drive, we've already talked about that. That was part of the gifts for the Christmas in July. Now, we've got raffle tickets, a little bit different this year. I made 2 jewelry boxes out there. You'll see there's a big one and there's a smaller one on the table. And those tickets are $5 each or 3 for $10. On the last Sunday of the month, we'll announce our winner, okay? Winners, because the first person gets to pick the first one they want. The second person gets to have the other one, okay? And now we've got a silent auction coming up, and this was kind of like a strange idea I had, but I thought, you know what? When I first came into this teaching, we were taught time, talent, and treasure, okay? So I'm going to share my time, talent, and treasure with a private session, and we'll do a jewelry box, okay? I'll supply the paint, the transfers, I've got stencils, you name it, I've got it, okay? And there's 2 jewelry boxes on the middle table that are a little bit, well, they're a little tired looking, but we're going to bring them back to life. And they're going to be gorgeous because it's going to be whoever the winner is, it's going to be their choice. The center is open all hours, all days, so we can make sure that we can accommodate your time frame. I don't have time constraints. The last Sunday of the month, we're going to have potluck. We're going to have it here at the center. We're going to, like social loungers, we're going to do it here at the center. We're going to have a holiday attire contest. Now, we know what that used to be called, so I guess
I don't know. The politically correct police got a hold of it. I like the idea of ugly Christmas sweater.
Yes.
But if they want to call it a holiday attire contest,
Oh, God.
ugly Christmas sweater, fine.
Exactly. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to have sign-up sheets for the potluck. The silent auction bid, the sheet will be over at the table with the cashier. Now, I want to thank my elves. I mean, I couldn't have done it without Pat Schaefer, Jan Daly, Joyce Franchides, and Kathy Hartman. They came in this week, and we were here every day, except for Monday. Well, we were here for 3 days for a long time, every day. And I want to thank them because I could not have done it without them. Absolutely not. And especially Lena, because Lena's got a surprise for everyone next week. She's going to make Christmas cookies for us to sell.
Yeah.
Okay? And then anytime on a Sunday when you make a purchase, we're going to give you a ticket, put your name and your phone number on it. You're going to go in a drawing. The last Sunday, we'll have a drawing for a gift certificate for the buffet.
Surprise.
Yeah,
Okay.
So there's so much going on. There's so many things. If you've got any questions, see me or Pat. And honestly, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for bringing the stuff in that's gently used. We cannot stress that enough. And we do take donations through the whole month because we've got to refresh things. Every week we've got to refresh things. So everybody give yourself a hand and thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Diane. Fantastic. And again, about the Samaritan Center drop-off, this is one of the ways we get to do our vision mission statement. So there are some on the table where the chairs and couches are. I think there's some flyers there that have the QR code that'll give you the wish list for what they want at the Samaritan Center. You can also get it on our e-blast. If you don't get the weekly e-blast, see Darlene, and she will sign you up for it, so you can get that because it's also available in there too. We do drop-offs every week, so we're going to do it all throughout the month, so please do participate in that. See Nancy when she's here also for details around that. So those are just some of the many things that are taking place, and now I'm going to bring up Karen to talk about practitionering and your exciting upcoming class, which I'm thrilled about.
I am too. It's going to be very cool. So for prayers, if you would like to place a written prayer, there's the prayer box out in the lobby. I will be over by the exit sign for personal one-on-one prayers, but it isn't a practitioner session. In practitioner sessions, we go deep. Like Reverend Stephen was talking about, we worked with those beliefs that interfere with your expression of light, of the light that is really within you. On another note, my class, oh, this is exciting. It's called Igniting Your Bible Wisdom. Ignite Your Life with Bible Wisdom, I think is the real name of it.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. And what we do is we look at the literal, we look at the metaphysical, meaning we take a story and we look at the literal, we look at the metaphysical. How does it explain life? And then the mystical. How does it explain our experience? What does it mean to us and how can we use it? And this class is in 2 parts. This time it's a 7-week class, and the other one will be in 2024. And they're really independent. The only difference is that the first class there won't be a project. So if you are looking for a class that doesn't have a project, this would be the one for you.
The projects are fun, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
projects.
But,
I hear
you know,
I know.
they do take work. Sign-up sheet is in the lobby.
It's in Darlene's hand.
Oh, or you can. Oh,
Yes.
she's great. So either talk to Darlene, me, or sign-up sheet. I think the sign-up sheet is probably the best bet.
That's the best bet.
Okay, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. I hope to see you in my class. It'll be from 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights from till about, what, 9:30?
You're teaching it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think, well, it'll be over around 9:30. I think 10's a little late for most of us. Especially when you're my age. Okay, so I hope to see you there.
All right, thanks, Karen. It'll be fun. Yep, no. All right, let's all stand to our closing benediction. There's so much stuff happening here. I love it. It's exciting. All right. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
All right. We have our new congregational closing song. And as you leave, say hi to Alberto at his table. He's got CDs for you.
God is doing something wonderful in me. God is doing something wonderful in me. Something awesome and incredible that only He can get the glory. God is doing something wonderful, incredible and awesome. God is doing something wonderful in me. God is doing something wonderful in me. God is doing something wonderful in me. Something awesome and incredible that only she can get the glory. God is doing something wonderful, incredible and awesome. God is doing something wonderful in me. God is doing something wonderful in me. God is doing something wonderful in me. Something awesome and incredible that only it can get the glory. God is doing something wonderful, incredible and awesome. God is doing something wonderful in me.
All right, go out and do something wonderful. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday night with class. Rob, you're this Wednesday, right? All right. Rob Thompson doing Wednesday night, and it's Braiding Sweetgrass. An awesome book that you'll be looking into. Wonderful. All right.
I don't remember what day it was, and I didn't notice what time it was. All I know is that I fell in love with you, and if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Every day's a new day in love with you. With each day comes a new way of loving you. And every time I see your face, my mind starts to wander, and all my dreams come true. I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday. Not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday. My darling, not as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's day